Today, let us understand the cyclone, which is triggering the problem in India and affecting the lives of thousands of humans. We are going to talk about the Biparjoy cyclone, where it comes from and how it is affecting the life of Indians and Pakistanis. Cyclones generally occur in three stages: tropical cyclones, severe cyclones, and super cyclones. When the storm in a cyclone blows at a speed of less than 74 miles per hour, it is called a tropical cyclone. When it gets intense and the speed is between 75 to 120 miles per hour, then it becomes a cyclone or a severe cyclone. When the speed increases for more than 120 miles per hour, it becomes a super cyclone. How are these cyclones formed? Where are they initiated? Hurricanes. Typhoons. What are they? Let's see. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to Famous Facts so that you don't miss out any of the new videos that we post. Cyclone is a general term used by meteorologists to describe any rotating, organized cloud that originates over water. Cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons. One event but different names depending on the location. If it originates in Atlantic and Northeast Pacific, then it is called hurricane. And if it originates in Northwest Pacific, it is termed as typhoon. And if it originates in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, it is called a cyclone. You can also classify them based on hemispheres. The northern ones as hurricanes, and the southern ones as cyclones. There are also a few other differences in them apart from where they originate. The cyclones are usually clockwise, but hurricanes are counterclockwise. What are the differences? Where do these cyclones originate? So, when the atmospheric pressure is low over a large water body, that is still, and the temperature of the water is more than 26.5 degrees Celsius, then they form into a cyclone. Before getting into deeper, let us understand what is atmospheric pressure in general terms. The density of air in our atmosphere differs from place to place. They are not same everywhere. Atmospheric pressure is the weight of air acting against the surface of the earth, along with gravity. Air in the atmosphere creates a pressure on Earth's surface, called atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is more on the Earth's surface, and as we move upwards, there is less amount of air, and hence atmospheric pressure decreases. When there is low atmospheric pressure on a large water body on the Earth's surface, they turn into a cyclone. This process of thin air circulating, strengthening, and developing into cyclonic formation is called cyclogenesis. So, how does it become a huge, stormy, and cloudy cyclone? When the atmospheric pressure is low, the warm air rises to fill the gaps and cold air goes down as they have moisture in it. The warm air, as it reaches the place, it becomes more warm and it rises rapidly, thus creating more gap. So, the surrounding air rushes in to fill the place. This filling air travels at greater speed and from longer distances. When they reach the area, instead of filling the gaps, they start circulating, thus creating a spiral. After that, any air traveling to fill the gap has to join the spiral, because air cannot pass through spiral directly. Usually, tropical cyclones range from 100 kilometers to 2000 kilometers in diameter. When a large amount of air is rushing to fill the gap, they form huge cyclones and the spiral structure becomes larger and penetrating the clouds and thus creating thunderstorms. Tropical cyclones can grow up to a height of 10 kilometers and they last from 3 to 7 days depending on the speed of the storm, how far it is from the land, and how big it is. Cyclones usually fade away or die when they cross the land area. There is a misconception that the buildings and other interruptions on the land surface act as a barrier and stop the cyclone. But that's not it. When the cyclonic storm crosses the land surface, the main source of the cyclone, that is the warm water, is taken away. Cyclones work with moist warm air. So, when it crosses a cold water surface or a land surface, they die. Now let's focus on what is the Biporjoy cyclone and how badly it is affecting India and Pakistan. Biporjoy is a very severe cyclonic storm that formed in the Arabian Sea on 6th June. It is the second storm of the 2023 North Indian Ocean cyclone season. Biporjoy intensified into an extremely severe cyclonic storm on 11th June and is expected to make landfall in Gujarat, India, on 15th June. The cyclone is expected to bring heavy rain and strong winds to the region, which could cause widespread damage. The meteorological departments of India and Pakistan have issued red alerts, which means that there is a high risk of very heavy to extremely heavy rain and winds gusting up to 150 km per hour. Other storms that have affected the Indian subcontinent in recent years. First one is Cyclone Taukte. Taukte was the strongest cyclone to hit India in 2021. It made landfall in Gujarat on 17th May 2021, with winds gusting up to 220 km per hour. The cyclone caused widespread damage, killing at least 124 people and displacing over 3 million people. Second one is Cyclone Amphan. Amphan was the strongest cyclone to hit India and Bangladesh in 2020. It made landfall in West Bengal on 20th May 2020, with winds gusting up to 205 km per hour. The cyclone caused widespread damage, killing at least 100 people and displacing over 3 million people. Third one is Cyclone Gaja. Gaja was a severe cyclonic storm that hit India and Myanmar in November 2018. It made landfall in Tamil Nadu on 15th November 2018, with winds gusting up to 185 km per hour. The cyclone caused widespread damage, killing at least 250 people and displacing over 1 million people. Based on the information available so far, Biporjoy is expected to be less destructive than Taukte, Amphan, or Gaja. However, it is still a powerful storm and could cause significant damage. The full extent of the damage will not be known until after the storm has passed. Let us see how Biporjoy affects the Indian states. In Mumbai, the high tide has been observed, but it mostly affected the Indian state of Gujarat. News agency ANI reported that, due to gusty winds and heavy rainfall in Gujarat, 23 animals have been killed and 524 trees have been uprooted and several electricity poles have been damaged, snapping power supply in 940 villages. But the good news is that no human has lost their life till now in any state of India. Sumit Thakur, Chief Public Relations Officer of Western Railway, has reported that 101 trains have been cancelled, 42 trains have been short terminated, while 39 trains short originated as a precautionary measure in view of safety of passengers and train operations with respect to the onset of Cyclone Biparjoy. According to the Weather Channel, Cyclone Biparjoy will continue to impact the regional weather for the next 24 to 48 hours, triggering extremely heavy rains over parts of northern Gujarat and southern Rajasthan. Let's see how it affected the states of Pakistan. So, no immediate threat has been observed in the Pakistani state of Karachi till now. In Karachi, ships and boats have been moved from some coastal areas and hospitals have been put on high alert. According to Sherry Rahman, who is Pakistan's climate change minister. While Pakistan's largest city and an economic hub of 20 million faced no immediate threat, emergency measures were being taken to protect against the expected winds and rain. He also said, there is no need to panic. Such storms are always unpredictable. But rest assured that we have all our arrangements in place. According to the Al Jazeera report, people from the coastline area of Pakistan were scared of food and asked how will we feed our children if our boats are gone. Fishing families who have been evacuated from Pakistan's coastal towns are concerned about the aftermath of the cyclone, saying their livelihood will be affected if they are not able to go back to fishing. How will we feed our children if our boats are gone and our huts are also gone? We will be languishing with no resources. This is all I wanted to tell you about the Biporjoy cyclone, and it is affecting humans' lives in India and Pakistan. Please keep following the live updates about the cyclone, so that you can save yourself and your loved one. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like the video and hit the bell icon to be updated for the next video on my channel. Be safe and be updated.